Yeah, we do. Because at the end of the day, we just want to please our daddy. Oh, no. I
I
did.
did.
I did.
I did.
Inside joke, y'all. We sorry. We back now. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another home edition of Kingdom Women Talk, where we encourage, validate, and empower women and others to do life. Last week, we were talking about daddy issues, and the conversation got so intense, so good, so insightful that we wanted to run it back again. So today, we're going to be talking about daddy issues part 2. And also we want to dab a little bit into approval, because they kind of go hand in hand when you talk about daddy issues, right? And so just to recap from last week, when we talked about daddy issues, we talked about it from the absent dad to the present dad who may be emotionally absent. But today, I think we want to look at it. We want to turn the page and look at it from a different perspective. Let's talk about how, or the result of daddy issues, right? How that can shape and mold us into the women. And because daddy issues is not just specific to women, it's men too, right?
Right.
Oftentimes think about daddy issues, we talk about it from the woman, but there also are men who are impacted by daddy issues.
Absolutely.
And we play out. So what are your thoughts around, or what has been your experience regarding to daddy issues? How has that shaped you positively and negatively?
Positively, it's shaped me in a way that I would say I have more like aggression to go after the things that I really want. It gave me a push, I guess you would say, um, a push just in life in general. Because again, my mom was a single parent for a large amount of our lives, and it just to see the tenacity that she had, that was just kind of like what I lived with, getting beyond divorce, getting beyond being a single parent and raising your children in a God-fearing home, and teaching them to build relationship for real with God and not go off of just what man says, but having a personal relationship. So it gave me a push, as I saw her push through, you know, those challenges that she had to go through. So positively, I would say the push was good, because it gives me, the perspective of not everything comes easy. So with that being said, you're gonna have to dig deep and get it from you're gonna have to get it from the dirt,
Yeah.
and really grind and get it. So hey, that's what we gotta do. And that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think positively, it just made me stronger, gave me a push, made me stronger in a different view as far as womanhood is concerned, the things that can be accomplished. But in a negative manner, I would say, like I said last week, it gave me the perspective of the male person. My choices initially were not good.
Okay.
Um, so in that way, I would say that's how it negatively impacted me.
What are your thoughts, Sheila?
I would have to say the negative aspect of it, I would have to agree with Angie that when you start out dating or seeking, you don't even have to be seeking, but the boy girl dynamics you don't have a good guide or a good gauge on, is this a good dude or is this not a good dude? You know, especially if they're telling you all the things that you didn't get from your father, that
Right.
you're pretty, you're beautiful. You know, I think I shared with you once before, it might have been to both of you, that my son said to me one time, Mom, why do you always walk with your head down? I don't like that. Pick your head up when you walk. And I did that because of a lot of things that happened to me, but also because of the relationships that I picked. They left me feeling unattractive, not wanting to be seen. So if I didn't have to look at anybody, then I didn't know, you know, if they were looking at me in a negative way or not.
Right.
So for a long time, that's how I kind of made it through, you know, just kept my head down and got where I was going, and that was it. Which sort of surprised me when I met my husband. He just saw me from a picture, you know, but y'all know him, he was crazy anyway, so we won't talk about that there. Won't talk about him.
What's like a little crazy?
Well, I had to write for 18 years, right? Till it got too crazy. But anyhow, but the positive side is, despite my mom's absenteeism, despite her drinking and the men that she had coming and going, my mom used to say it all the time, I might be a little piece of leather, but I'm well put together. And she got it done. You hear me?
Right.
Well put together.
Yes.
So that is built for anything. She can withstand it all. She can do it all. That's good right there.
Yeah, so I kind of said, well, if she can do it and in the circumstances, then I can do it as well. So that it gave me the strength, even though sometimes I might have felt weak or less than, I still pushed forward. So I still had that, like Angie said, I still had that, if I had to get it from the dirt attitude, that I got to get out here and get it. Because nobody else is gonna do it for me.
Right.
Nobody else is gonna feed my kids,
right.
Pay my car payment, pay my rent. I gotta do it.
Right.
Buy my groceries. So I just, you work on automatic and you just do it.
That's really good. I think I can agree with both of you regarding the negative things. And I'm sorry, regarding the positive things, in that it gives you a certain level of push or pull, almost like I'll show you kind of, desire comes upon you, where you're like, okay, so you think that this won't happen because this is not the ideal situation. Okay, let me show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. But also, now that I'm thinking about it, it was that not only was it a drive, but it was sort of approval seeking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we do those positive things, but when we're still looking for that attaboy, attagirl, oh, that's my daughter, oh, that's my son. We're still looking for that, even though we're forging forward, trying to accomplish something. So it's like it's bittersweet, because on one end, we're like, I'll show you. On the other end, we're like, did you see me?
Right. Now, you didn't see me right there, did you? When I had on my good clothes, when I had my hair did and my face, did you see me? Or even when I didn't have all that, did you see me?
Right. Correct. But I think also the other side of it is the emotional pieces that come with it, right? Yes. Choose sometimes not the best characters in people. However, the other piece of it is being without can make you have a need for what was lacking.
Yes.
And when that need is there, then you're looking to fulfill that need, which means that one can fall for the first person that say, I love you. You know, one can fall for the person. Also, what about how we then accept a whole lot more than we really should
Yeah.
until we get to our grown up place, right? So,
Wow.
right, we accept a whole lot because we don't have a place. I guess you can say a bookmark. We don't have a bookmark or a placeholder of what that looks like. So then we accept all this stuff until we get to a place of maturity and look back and be like, I put up with a whole bunch of crap that I probably should not have.
We don't know what it is to have a boundary.
Yeah.
We're just like the children in the wilderness, just letting people roam all around us, girl. Just, you come here and hit me right here, and you come here and hit me right there. And I don't have no boundaries because I don't know. I have never had or seen a measure of what a boundary looks like.
So does that mean we then allow a bunch of squatters?
Basically, yeah.
Right.
And what do they say? What does the law say? What is it? Something about
no loitering.
Right.
No loitering. But we
allowed a lot of loitering.
Yeah. So we definitely entertain those squatters because if you can give me a little bit of a glimpse of what I think I need, right? A glimpse of emotional support, a glimpse of, positive affirmation, a glimpse of this, then I'm in it for the long haul. When going back to what we originally agreed upon, that might not be the right person for me.
Mm-mm. And then here we are, 18, 19, 25 years later, still with that same person. And it's like, am I here? Why did I pick this person? Or
is it not because we grew up? What we needed then, once we start dealing with the daddy issues and start working on ourselves to be our best self, once whatever that looks like, or maybe you receive the ultimate father, right, in your walk, and God begins to work on us and show us what true love looks like and commitment looks like and what that relationship looks like. And then we look up and say, that ain't it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
what about the other end of the spectrum, when you do have the person that is giving you all that you need, but because you've never seen or did not have the bookmark there, you push it away?
Come on now.
Okay, you want me? Oh my goodness! Do we take around the house now? What do we do? Do we say,
Londa?
Right, Londa. I'm running around the house.
Wait, look. What are these? What'd you say? Say that again, girl.
What about when you have the right person that's been sent to give you all the things that you need that you didn't have or didn't get, but because you didn't have the bookmark or the template there, you push it away. You throw it away.
Because it's unfamiliar. We don't know nothing about that.
Or I'm that toxic. I'm that toxic in my emotions that I only recognize toxicity.
Yeah.
Right? If you ain't cursing, if I'm a cursor, then I don't entertain you. I'm always accustomed to somebody whooping up on me. So then if you ain't beating me, you want to be nice, then that's the case. Or maybe I'm the person who, has been isolated, right? So now that you want to spend time with me, I discount that it may be genuine.
Right.
All of those things can come from daddy issues, not having that strong role model, positive figure in our lives to show us what that looks like and to help nurture that. But then also the same can happen, right, to the parent who's there, the dad who's there, but has his own issues. So don't have to nurture anyone other than themselves.
Right. I was just going to say that. What about the dad that is in the home, but isn't providing any kind of emotional nurturing, because like men of the age 70s, 80s, like we said last week, their role was to go to work and bring home the check.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
it. You know,
Yeah.
don't come talk to me about, no, daddy, I'm in love. You don't know what love is. You know, go talk to your mama about that. Don't come talking to me about what should I do. Go talk to your mama about that.
So can
So
we talk about like what that, Sheila, what that looks like? So, okay, if from a woman's perspective, say we're gonna do hypothetically, all of our dads are men who go to work, come home, but are not there. That whole emotional mushy stuff I'll categorize. Leave that up to your mom or to handle, right? How,
Mhm.
can we say how that would make us feel?
I think if I had it, to be honest, I think it would have been worse than not having a daddy altogether.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because I am physically looking at you,
Ah,
and you are physically looking at me, and you can't afford me an ounce of compassion or love or say a nice thing to me or discipline me. It's always go talk to your mom.
right. So
Go talk
then
to your mom.
I hear rejection.
Yes,
Mhm.
Right.
That's
So,
it.
abandonment.
that lack of exchange has created rejection, right?
Yes,
That also creates insecurity, right?
yep,
Because and it also breeds trust issues because I don't know if you're going to receive me or not. I can't trust
Exactly.
you're going. Oh, and also it doesn't make it would make one feel unsafe because we look at fathers as the protector, right? Yeah, you're the
yes,
breadwinner, but you also supposed to protect everything that's happening in this house. And so, but not me,
right.
My God.
right? But
Yeah.
not. So then here we go. The enemy gonna play with your thoughts, and now it's gonna be, well, what's wrong with you that he do that for so and so, but not for you? You see how it all now? Here we go. The mental instability coming along, festering up some more.
Which was, like I said last week, which then spirals us into that FEEL
Yeah,
feelings
yeah,
that we don't know how to feel with anything but,
yeah,
let me go pick this buster over here. He
yeah.
said I was cute. Or let me go pick this buster over here. You
Right,
know, he
right,
said this, or
right.
he said that, or he's touching something on the inside of me that's never been tapped into.
Right.
You
Yes.
know, so because
Oh,
my daddy never said, you know what, Mom? You come from good stock. You look more like your daddy every day. Don't let your mama fool you. You get the hair, that good hair from us, or that complexion, or whatever it is, you know, that daddies do. And that where women become daddy's girls.
yeah, we
Women
do.
don't have that.
Yeah, we do. Because at the end of the day, we just want to please our daddy. Oh, no, I
One
did.
did.
I
One
did.
things I did.
Inside joke, y'all. We sorry. We back now.
Sorry, yeah. Best friend? Best friend? You don't
Uh,
mean no harm.
don't do that. We love you. We love you bad. Oh my,
But you're
okay,
right.
second. Lord have mercy, Jesus. So yes. So now we're looking for love in all the wrong places. Any attention is good attention, right or wrong, right?
Mhm.
And then also bad company corrupts good morals.
And
Yeah.
it just don't stop with the man that's in our lives. It goes out to the friends we pick. Because we don't have that fatherly figure that says, no, you don't.
That's not good. That's not good for you. Or how about we then try to be the man in our relationships?
Oh, Lord. Come on now.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's what we saw, right? Mama had to be
Mm-hmm.
mama and daddy.
Mm-hmm.
So, which means that we then perpetuate the same cycle. We go into a relationship, and we may even have a husband, a boyfriend, whatever that looks like. But then
Mm-hmm.
we still be mama and daddy.
We're
Yeah.
trying to boss him around and control him.
Correct. Because we don't understand the boundaries
Mhm.
between what a man can provide and what a woman can provide to
Right.
make the relationship come together to work.
And even looking at it from the man's perspective, without a father, or the father was there but wasn't present, do you think that that makes them the more either they're controlling, very controlling, or they're very kind of laxing in areas of showing love? They're laxing in areas of showing that this is that we are a couple, that we are in this together, that it's more or less, well, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it and get it done on my own sort of thing. Like there's no happy medium.
Yeah, that's very true. And to be quite transparent, in my previous marriage, I would say that I found myself in that place. You know, just like I said, coming from a household of a single parent that ran a whole household, if that's what you mirror, you kind of jump in and do it when you see that he may be lacking in something.
Yeah.
You just jump in and you take that on. And it's kind of hard to find that balance between let him do it and find his way, because you're like in a feeling of, oh my God, it's gonna fall apart if I
Yeah.
don't catch it and fix
Right.
it,
Right.
instead of allowing him the opportunity to learn from that experience. So I would say I have found myself in that place in my previous marriage, and just trying to make sure that everything ran like a well-oiled wheel, and making sure that the kids taken care of it. I mean, just really doing it all.
Yeah.
Basically.
And that's not my place.
Yeah. And also creates us, doesn't that make us bitter? Right? Like we're looking, why I need a man for if I got to be the man, the woman, the housekeeper, the lawn care, the gardener, I got to be the cook, it puts us in that place where we're like, almost like I can do bad by myself.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's only because the elbow is trying to act like the kneecap, and the kneecap act like the
Yes.
all doing it, and can put the joints back together. And oftentimes we're pointing the finger this way, like he needs this or she needs to get that. When really we just got to do self work, right?
Basically.
We got to do some self work and begin to let those things go, because it all stems from daddy issue. Now, one thing I had learned, and I had to kind of look at my own dynamic in my personal life like this, is I had to come to a place where I had to realize parenting don't come with a book, right? Our parents do the best that we can, whether they're present, whether they're absent, whether they're there 50% of the time, emotionally checked out, whatever the situation is. It does not come with a manual. But the one thing that the Lord challenged me to do was to look at where the tree comes from, right? So when you go back and say, well, if the dad is present but emotionally absent, then what does his parents look like? Right. And or if the dad is not there at all, then what did his parents look like? Because that behavior comes from somewhere, and it's normally a cycle. So then when we get to our mature self, then we should be able to, even though it's not easy and it doesn't make any excuses for what our experiences are, but at some point we get to our mature self and we're able to offer forgiveness for those things, because we realize people can't give you what they don't have to give you. And if he didn't have it to give, then what were we expecting? We had expectations up to here with a skill set no one ever gave him to give.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's never going to happen anyway.
Right.
Yeah, which breeds disappointment.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Disappointment, and go back to bitterness too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you see how sometimes the enemy can trick us up on these daddy issues to keep us in a vicious cycle of unforgiveness, bitterness, let down, rejection. It's like that's, you're just jumping from base to base to base to base to base, until you get to a place where we say, you know what, I want better. I want better relationships. I even want a better relationship with, with our Father. But it does take some inward work to be able to get there.
It's like Pastor A said, the other A said at the retreat, we got to turn those old tapes on.
That's very good. You're right, Sheila. Turn those recordings off, because that's a hindrance. I was having a conversation this week about somebody who saw our live, by the way, and said, when she has it again, can you let me know? Because I really think I need to be there, just based on what you all was describing, her having daddy issues as well. And so, and mama issues, which then bred all this stuff that she's. And the one thing I said to her was, you don't have to be at any retreat to just begin to offer your forgiveness to them. I said, it has to be when you're ready. I said, because you just go in, you can just pray to the Father and just tell the Lord that you forgive them, or tell them that you forgive them and begin to call their name out. I said, but are you truly ready for that? And she got really quiet. So I say all that to say that sometimes we don't like what's happening, but we still hold on to it. Like, if I let it go, it lets them off the hook.
Right.
Which isn't our problem anyway to deal with. That's the Father's problem to deal with. Our problem to deal with is what we got in what's in our heart.
Right.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree. I just love these daddy issue conversations. I don't know if we'll run it back if the Lord says the same, but I have thoroughly enjoyed bringing some things to light, right? Drawing from our experiences as well, releasing revelation that the Lord has given even in the midst of this conversation. All right, so if you have one thing to say to someone who's going through daddy issues, what would you say, Pastor A?
I would say just what I was just saying a moment ago. Check your heart. Do a heart check. And if you find that there's an area there that needs to be dealt with, deal with that. Take it to the Father and ask for forgiveness, and ask him to help you and show you how to manage through or process through giving genuine forgiveness to the person, even if you get to see them face to face, or if you have to write it out in a journal or in a letter and burn it. However you need to get through that, get through that. It's all for the betterment of you, and moving forward.
That's right. Right, Sheila, what would you?
I would just say, turn them old recordings off. Turn them off, burn them, toss them, do something with them, but let them go, because they're of no good anymore.
And they're clogging up space for new experience, right?
Yes.
You hold old experiences, new. That's very. I definitely agree with both of you. And I will also, just as a reminder that what comes to mind is the Lord's Prayer, and the portion where it says, forgive those who trespass against you because the B selection is that I may forgive your trespasses. So we got to remember that if we want the Father to honor our mistakes and forgive them, then we also have to be willing to offer that same forgiveness to somebody else. People are going to make mistakes. They're going to do things. I always say we don't have to be best friends, but we do have to make sure that we turn those recordings off and that we also measure a clean heart, right? Yes. So that God can continue to use us in our day-to-day walk. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining in for another episode of Kingdom Women Talk. Don't forget to like and subscribe our Facebook and Instagram channels and also our YouTube page. Remember to keep tracking with us. New episodes are released every Sunday at 7 p.m. Don't forget to join us for 6 a.m. prayer on Thursday. This morning, Sheila let the Lord use her mightily as she prayed us to kick off and start our day. So until next time, be blessed. Bye, y'all.
Bye.